This entire section here I'm showing you is the load times of Boneworks on the Steam Deck. So I know a lot of people will be curious about how long it takes. This is installed on an external hard drive, not an SSD, and it still loads rather quickly and a lot better than even my old PC. Something else to keep in mind while he goes through the graphics settings here. The game may look a little slower than it actually was running. This is because he is streaming it to me via Google Meets, which we found was smoother than Discord. He's running right now at around 72 frames, pretty much locked 72. A couple of hiccups you can see, but it works perfectly. In this scene anyways, it's mostly 72 with drops to around 50, 45. Because he's playing on a Quest 1. So as you can see, it's working pretty well. Anything that's this smooth is likely running at a solid 72. Something kind of important to note is this is running at around 45, 50 FPS or so during this entire section with occasional dips, perfectly playable with asynchronous. But we have the VRAM set to 4 gigabytes as compared to the 1 gigabyte it's set to by default. It worked perfectly fine on 1 gigabyte, but the 4 gigabyte VRAM was a lot smoother, immediately noticeable. One more thing important to note is this is on Windows. We are running this game on Windows. This is running on Windows 11. And we found that Windows 11 wound up having better performance than SteamOS when we changed the VRAM to 4 gigabytes. So this is running on Windows, but we're not using Oculus Link. We're using a program called ALVR, and it's being streamed through a cable using an alternative method with ALVR because for some reason we could not get Oculus Link to work. As far as we're aware, Oculus Link does not work just by plugging it in and using it. We were not using an official cable. We were using a Qject cable that lets you charge and play. So that could have been the reason. We don't know. All we know is that ALVR streamed it through a cable perfectly fine, and it was more than playable that way. One last thing I'd like to address is Tower. We know that Tower is a very demanding level in the game, and we're doing an entanglement playthrough and haven't gotten a tower yet, So keep a lookout at the pinned comment. I will update it once we've played the level on how the performance went, if it was playable, if we were able to beat it, if it worked out using a Steam Deck. Though I wouldn't be too hopeful. I believe it will have a lot of performance issues on tower, but I think that it should work and should be playable enough to get through the level. It was hell to get this all working, so liking and subbing would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching.